Dagger Heart, come and me want to go home. Come, Mr. Mercer Man, tell me about Campaign 4. Dagger Heart, come and me want to go home. Finally! Finally! After a year of bringing the campaign to an end, the campaign is finally coming to an end. The next episode will be the last episode of Bell's Hell's Campaign 3, sort of, but it will be a massive 8.9-hour episode. Now, of course, this is the pre-recorded, edited together episode, so it's not like they're going to be playing 9 hours straight. They'll probably do like 3 or 4 hours, take a break, maybe, end it there, come back the next day or whatever, and then record the rest of it. It'll be like recording a mini episode of a show or something almost, because it's good. We know that all Campaign 3 was pre-recorded and then sent out on specific days, 3 days per month. And that 8 hours, it's not going to do 8 hours of a sitting, all of them together. No, it'll be like, 2-3 hours, cut, come back, do more, cut, come back, do more, put it all together, then go, okay, blah, 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 and then replace it. But it will definitely absolutely 199% be the final episode of Campaign 3 and bring the epic arc of the fate of the future of Exandria to the end. And Critical Role has done their final state of the role for Campaign 3, where they have told us almost nothing about what the plans are. So Campaign 3 will end with this mega 8-hour episode. Then I assume they're going to be taking a break, at least for a month, if not longer. But then they're doing their 10-year anniversary thing. So we know that they're going to be out there conventioning. We know that there is another episode of Exandria Unlimited coming up. Once again, spearheaded by Brendan Lee Mulligan. This one will feature Mercer, Liam, Jasmine Dawn, Alex Ward, and Sia Rose Gooding. So other than Mercer and Liam playing, these will all be all new people. None of the usual, no Travis, no Sam, no Talzin, no Marisha, no Laura, no Ashley. It'll be just yeah. But it'll be Exandria Unlimited. It's called Exandria Unlimited Divergence. And it's the moment in time where the gods of Exandria removed themselves from the world after the devastating war between the pantheons. So this is unless it's referencing something I don't know about, it reads like this is the campaign that's going to explain the gap after the Campaign 3 ends. Campaign 3 will end. There's speculation about when it comes back, they might abandon 5th edition for Dagger Heart. They might do half and half, have one 6th edition game and one Dagger Heart game, and do it sort of like they did with Candle Obscura, different casts. We know they're possibly getting a new full-time member in, what's this guy's name? The new full-time member's guy's name? What is his name? I saw his name. Robbie Diamond. There we go. Robbie Diamond is maybe staying. We definitely know we're going to see Dagger Heart. We know that there's going to be at least one, possibly 2 live Dagger Heart playthroughs during the 10-year anniversary run. And then we know that there will be a gap. Now, they have suggested both that Campaign 4 is either going to take place in a brand new world, which I doubt that happening, or take place in a very far future, that there will be a time gap. A lot of people are saying that it's very optimistic for them to launch a new campaign, but more likely there's going to be the end of Campaign 3, the gap, the Exandria Unlimited, probably another couple minor things, and then Campaign 4. We know that at least Laura has hinted that her next character will not be a spellcaster, since her last 3 were casters, more or less. That she wants to do a kick-ass fighter, that she's going to do a fighter or a barbarian, or maybe even a paladin. would like to see, you know, some lawful good paladin ass kicking show up, you know, in the Critical Role world. But so that'll be different. Other than that, we don't have much, but we definitely do know Campaign 3 is ending. There will be a Campaign 4. Campaign 4 will either take place long after the Campaign 3 ending or possibly in a different world, though I find that unlikely because, you know, Xandria is their bread and butter, and they've got Mighty 9 animated coming to Amazon. We've got the sneak peek storyboard of Jester running into Ford that's been circling around. We've got more of Vox Machina coming to Amazon because they've got to tie up the Vecna storyline, right? So we definitely know that don't see any reason for them to abandon Xandria. But taking Xandria 5, 10, 15, 20, or even 100 years into the future, which I think is what they did with the Calamity, right? Well, then, yeah, that seems highly likely. There also might be changes in the cast. We might not be seeing as many of the new faces. There's some questions about Ashley because we know she is working so much, adding her voice to so many different things. Plus, we've got all her personal, social, political, legal stuff going on. So, you know, and then everybody else. I mean, who knows who we're going to see and not see? We might see interchangeable groups. But I guess the big news that everybody should be excited for is we're going to finally see the end of Campaign 3. And based upon what we're reading and what they're hinting at, it's probably going to end with, I don't know, the gods either leaving or completely abandoning Xandria, leaving Xandria with a future with very little or no clerical magic whatsoever, or perhaps new gods coming in to fill the gaps. Perhaps the Campaign 3 characters become the new gods, shades of 13th, you know, whatever it was called, 13th Door. Who knows? Who knows? But it is interesting that when Mercer talked about the playtest campaign for Dagger Heart, to fulfill my conspiracy theory, that the playtest campaign for Dagger Heart was a world without gods and a very much Souls-like world, a world without clerical magic, a world without any connection to what we associate with D20. No gods of magic, no gods of trickery, no gods of war. They're all gone, leaving a blank slate for the future for Campaign 4, whether it continues with D&D or more likely continues with Dagger Heart. Matt Mercer has done what he said he was going to do, and he has completely scrubbed any connection between Dungeons and Dragons stuff, Pathfinder stuff that he borrowed over the years, and replacing it with brand new 100% his. Now, this could cycle back to what we've been talking about with what Wizards of the Coast is doing. See, this is the right way to do it, as opposed to what Wizards of the Coast is doing. You know, acknowledge the past, slowly erase the things that you don't want to be connected to, replace them with new things, but still acknowledge that the past happened. The Avatar trilogy works in the hands of a good GM. Despite all the crap I give Mercer and company, this was a much better way to handle the fall of the gods than, say, the actual Avatar trilogy, for anybody who played with it, was, because, you know, there at least was the illusion of choice amongst the players. We didn't know which of the paths they were going to choose. And now it's looking like they're choosing the path that would lead to a very Souls-like Magic Week campaign, possibly using Dagger Heart. Look, I don't see any reason why they wouldn't use Dagger Heart unless Wizards of the Coast offered them a shit ton of money. I could see them spending the gap transitioning from D&D to Dagger Heart and slowly explaining the transitions and the changes and the changes in system, the changes in magic, the changes in how they would have to maneuver the table, because there's a lot more stuff involved with Dagger Heart than there is D&D. All you need for D&D is a piece of paper, your dice, really, and your character sheet. Daggerheart's got the cards and the chits and all the weird stuff. So that would just have to completely relearn how to maneuver the actual physical table, brand new rules. How do we convert, say, 8th level fighter with +3 plate mail and, a wand of magic missiles to Daggerheart, where you're like, oh, I've got a card and a card and a card, and this card, and does it transition easily? And this is a good way to explain the transition. Why is the world of Exandria now different than the world of Exandria then? Well, the gods have fallen. They left. The Bell's Hells changed everything. This is why things are different. This is why there's new things. This is why there's old things gone. That's the best way to do it if you're going to do it. Not the way Wizards is doing it with a, yep, nope, that never happened. We never once told you how this worked, despite the fact there's 50 years of proof saying that we did. Nope, not once, never happened. I don't know what you're talking about. If you don't see that, ignore that. Yeah. So if you're a Critical Role fan, you must be excited. If you're a Future of the Industry fan, you must be excited. If you're a Daggerheart fan, you must be excited. Pins and needles waiting for them to jump on. Again, it makes the most sense. Financially, it makes the most sense to have a IP they 100% control with no connection to Wizards of the Coast or Paizo and none of the negative press that's associated with Wizards of the Coast or Paizo. I don't see any reason not for them to either 50-50, 60-40, 90-10. Do I think they'll still do some D&D? Maybe. I think they're going to have to do some transitional stuff just to keep the fan base interested in enough to explain the transition. But in my mind, I don't see any reason that they wouldn't jump on the Dagger Heart bandwagon for 2025. But don't take my word for it. Links down below to the articles where I got this. Really, this is just an excuse for me to sing the song. Dagger Heart. Dagger Heart. Dagger Heart, come and me want to go home.
Wizards ain't got no time. Magic's overrated, it's a waste of